Hello, I am the Summoner of Robots, and today I am joined by a heap of foam plates. Now you might be wondering why I have a heap of foam plates. Well, I also have some motors and some propellers. I'm going to build a plane out of this heap of foam plates. Specifically, it's going to be the Handley Page 42. I'm gonna get started on it. But wait, you're probably wondering, what is a Handley Page 42 and why are you building one? Well, the HP-42 was a British airliner built in 1931. When it was introduced, it was the largest passenger airplane in the world. I'm building it because its unique motor layout will allow me to use a drone flight controller and control all three axes of the airplane just by varying motor speeds. Here's some really cool footage of an HP-42 in flight.
This is the first of a fleet of giant British airliners for use on the air routes of Imperial Airways, and is the largest passenger machine in the world. It represents the British reply to the German challenge for supremacy in commercial aircraft construction. Its weight, when fully loaded, will approach 13 tons. It has a cruising speed of 105 miles an hour. Owing to the placing of the motors away from the fuselage, the noise in the passenger saloons, when the machine is flying at full speed, will not be greater than that heard in an express train.
This plane looks really good. It looks quite similar to the original 1930s one, and it's pretty nice. So I'm gonna try to find a place to get this flight controller in there somewhere. It seems like it works. There's just one thing left, which is to give it a flight test, or at least a high-speed taxi test.
Well, it flew. Not great.
So, the reason this plane crashed was because I had two of the motors on one side switched where they plugged in. So that meant that when I was giving a pitch input, it was actually a roll input, and when I was giving a roll input, it was actually a pitch input. Which is why when I give the first roll input, it just noses down and crashes into the ground. Now I've got the plane fixed and I've got everything plugged in right, so I am going to go and try that again. Okay, so the issue with this plane is that being made out of foam plates, it just breaks too easily, and it's taking me a while to get all the kinks worked out of this design. So I am going to set this aside for a bit and use this thing that used to be a tiger moth and put the motors on here and just use this until I can get the kinks worked out, because this is made of foam core and should be a good deal more sturdy when it crashes. So I am going to start sticking everything in here and also taking out these old paper clips. Why are those even there? CG feels decent. And the wings have some dihedral for roll stabilization, so it'll come back to upright just naturally, even if the flight controller can't help it out. And I think it's good. I guess I'll test fly it. I'm pretty happy with this tiger moth, or abomination of a tiger moth. It flies pretty well, and the flight controller keeps it stable, even though it isn't very stable passively. However, I set out to make this HP-42 fly, but I don't think I'm gonna have time for that here. And also, some perks came in, and I want to get started on the next project. So, there might be a part 2 in which I build a better one of these and make it fly, but until then, I'm the Summoner of Robots. This is an abomination of a tiger moth. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.